We're back on Baltimore Flava Radio. Mr. Antoine J. Nicole J. McGraw in the building. And we have our first guest with us now. His name is Mr. Lamontre Randall, and he is the chairman for the Baltimore City Youth Advisory Board, the first, I should add, Youth Advisory Board for Baltimore City. Welcome to Baltimore Flava Radio, man. And just leaving the meeting, so I know that your schedule has been kind of hectic.
Yeah, it has. But I'm so grateful to be out here, and thank you for the platform.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like we were saying, during the break, I came across a video that you were doing, on a mutual friend of ours, Brandon Johnson's page, and I felt like I had to reach out to you just because of the work that you're trying to do with young people, because that's something that's really special to me. Talk a little bit about the Youth Advisory Board, what it's about, and exactly what it is you guys are trying to accomplish.
Okay, all right. So my name is Lamontre Randall, co-founder of the Be More Group. I'm also the chair of the Baltimore City Police Department Youth Advisory Board. It's the first of its kind. Youth Advisory Board pretty much makes up of young people. We charging young people is like 25 and under, but lately we've been pushing it to kind of including 28 and under too, because we know that Baltimore has a lot of barriers for people, even when it comes to education and stuff, entertainment and life goals. So pretty much what we're doing now and what we constantly do is we meet once a month, but lately it's been bi-monthly, giving advice to the police department on how they could better their interactions with the young people. This meeting is attained by the commissioner himself and several chiefs within the police department. Right now, we're working on surveys within the community. The surveys will be used to pretty much show, we're trying to really get a grasp of what has been happening previously when we talk about police and young people interacting with one another, like, and what is the different examples. We're telling people to list their zip codes because we really want to see, is there a disparity? I firmly believe there is, but we really want to show that there's disparities within different districts about how people are treated by the police department. Me personally, I have my own consulting firm called the Be More Group, and me and my team, we got this proposal out called Millennials on the Ground. Millennials on the Ground will be the first of its kind. It'll be where young people will be providing feedback to the police officers on how to better their interaction. So the actual young people be doing ride-alongs, grading police officers, having meetings with high-ranking members of the police force, really giving hands-on advice. Also, they'll be conducting events. Events will be used to bring us all together. So what happens a lot of times, people don't see the police officer behind the badge and the police officers, since a lot of them don't live in our community, or a lot of them not from our community at all, right? Yeah, so they don't really understand Baltimore culture. When my mother, she'll tell you, she always tell me, get out the house, boy, and stop running in and out. You wasting all my air. You know what I'm saying? She would fuss me out, boy. I'll get a whooping. Keep running in and out the house. So I was told to go out, and there was no recreation. I live on Bel Air Herb. There's no recreation centers around there. None. And East Baltimore, West Baltimore get a lot of love, but East Baltimore, we don't got too many, places for us to really go out. And the basketball courts, not even, no goals, and so what is it to do? Hang out on the streets, on the corner. It ain't like we want to. It's just the only place, and it's where all the activities are at, and once you really kind of understand Baltimore culture and what Baltimore really needs, then you kind of understand that background, and realize that these brothers, it's not like they want to be out here. It's a lot of times they just have to be, especially the younger ones. And also, we're going to be setting up mediation sites. So these mediation sites will be used for whenever young people and police officers, this will be a way for the police officers to meet the young people where they are. And when the conflicts do arise, it'll be safe havens for the police and the young people to actually talk and interact. One place we confirmed is Atlantic Kush. Another place we're working on to completely confirm kids safe zone. Another place we working to confirm is actually Terra Cafe across the street. You know, we really strategically picking places that we think have great vibes. Also, who are already interacting with young people, and young people already feel comfortable going there. You know, and police officers. So mutual status.
So you said couple of you want to have like ride-alongs with like the kids. How do you strategically do that? Because nowadays a lot of people don't even want to be involved with the police. So how do you? Yeah, better that scene with them. So it's like, well, how do you break that barrier to get them to complete the ride-along?
So when you make a good point. So the millennials on the ground, we was thinking of a team of starting out just for. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. They gotta be fearless.
Mm-hmm.
They got to be. In order, and I ain't gonna front. In order for me to do the work I had to do, I had to be fearless. It was several times people come up to me all the time saying, "Oh, you a snitch? You not one time ever have I ever snitched on anybody." What people need to realize though is that our people,
mm-hmm.
we need somebody on the inside that will advocate for us. What you see happening all day, because the police officers, they can't do it. When you within that different system structure,
mm-hmm.
A lot of officers, I'm point blank say period. A lot of officers are scared to really say, you know, to that higher ranks, like, look, this is what we need to do. Mm. So that's when it really takes a leader like me to say, okay, you don't know what your officers are saying, but your officers are saying you actually really should do this, but your policies say this, you know. So it takes a lot of fearlessness, and I ain't gonna say it's gonna happen overnight, and I already know a lot of people are scared of officers, but man, it's time for us to really I believe in the young generation today. I really think they not as, I believe they're fearless, and I believe that and what you saw with the uprising, they showed they're fearless. But what we also know is that we're not the wisest. So that's why we also need older brothers. I don't know how old you are, but we need older brothers to really look out and really give us words of wisdom, you know, as we go through that fight.
So I've seen that you had like some interactions with the commissioner.
Yes.
How has that gone? And if you've had any interaction with some actual police officers, do they seem like they're open and willing to, you know, reach out, so to speak, and be a part of exactly what it is you guys are trying to do? Especially, like you said, considering a lot of them aren't from Baltimore City. So a lot of them, once they punch out at the end of their shift, they can go back to wherever and be like, I don't care about the city.
Yeah. Everybody know me for being up front. Really be honest with you. First off, I guess you touched on a lot of things. One was a commissioner, that was actual police officers, how they feel about everything. So first touch on the commissioner. Commissioner, I don't really had no problem with. Be honest with you. Commissioner, I've been dealing with a lot of Commissioner Billfield. I remember before I went to college, Commissioner Batson, and now we got, you know, Commissioner Davis. Who's been really transparent. Yeah, I think he's been like more open as I ever seen any commissioner, really. He gives out his personal phone number. I was in an incident. I'll be real with you. I was in an incident where I was helping my friend out, and I was dropping him home, and the cops harassed me. This way the projects at near downtown. I forgot what that said. What's that? Perkins Project. And the cop come to me and, you know, come to my car, and he like, you know, what you doing? Why you here? I'm like, I first I was like, okay. I said, okay, my name's Lamontre Randall. I sit on your police board. I don't everything you doing right now is not legal. So I called the commissioner myself, and as soon as I did that call, I heard on the walkie-talkie, back away from that guy right there. Wow.
Wow.
I know a lot of people not. Well, I one part of me feels bad. 'Cause I know a lot of people not privileged to that opportunity. And I recognize that, but I also recognize that he is a man of his word. And whenever some officer is doing wrong, he checks him for it. He does. And you know, it's a tough battle because I think as a commissioner, you want to make sure how you feel and your agenda is felt, but you also want to make sure you get backing by the actual officers too. So it's a weird line you gotta battle.
But the officers themselves, do they seem like they're willing to reach out and that's the most important part.
It is. And to be honest with you, I think we need to do more outreach as far as with officers really knowing what's happening, really what's popping, what's going on, and the different changes the department is making. And also think that a lot of officers who do know about it love it. Like officers call me all the time just saying how proud of me they are and how excited they are to actually see me making change. And but once again, I don't want to paint this picture like it's everything's perfect. Right. We do get kickback because a lot of people stuck in their ways. Mm-hmm. Just like anybody on any job, you know. So I think that's something real that a lot of people just don't, you know, we got all recognized. Like some people really can't accept change. It's just hard for them to accept it. So we just gotta find some way. It's gonna take time, and really kind of convince them that change is good. And really, with the way the DOJ report showed, we need change. You know, and that was really disappointing seeing the DOJ report. That it really confirmed what we already knew. Right. Mm-hmm. But it was just like sickening though a little bit.
So like it took y'all this many pages to write down
what we already said. Y'all saw this in movies. Like y'all saw The Wire. Right. We known for The Wire. Right. Y'all just telling me y'all just doing DOJ report. But you know,
so with the ride-alongs, man, because I gotta kind of piggyback on what Jay said. Is there like is there a security concern for the young people that are going to be doing it? Not only them being looked at as a certain way, but I mean even the incidents that they may ride into. I mean, you're talking like real time. It's not like, you know, the cop is going to get the call and say, okay, you get out now. I mean, are they actually going to be like fully pulling up on the scene when it's a whatever going on?
So what we proposing is they really pulling up to the scenes. Safety is a key thing. It is something that I think we all, as the police department, and if they approve this Millennials on the Ground proposal, I think that's something that's going to be key to making this thing successful. Which is why I want to limit it to just 4 for now, you know. And I wanted to make it. I want to make it a paid position. We talk about all the unemployment happening within the city. Let's actually invest in the young people and give them a chance to really kind of show what they want to see here in Baltimore. We it's so many times we let our public officials who we still feel as though don't represent us, or people of higher position kind of dictate what we want. This will be like the first where it's like, no, we gonna say what we want, and this is how we want to see policing. It's something that I really haven't seen in the Black community too much, and something that I want to see within the minority community. So when you talk about the safety issue, I believe that's real important. I think that's when age becomes a difference too. There's a lot of restrictions when it comes to that. We try and work on the background checks when it comes to certain things, because it's going to take a couple of months for the background check to go through. I remember doing my ride along. And it was funny because the guy was called in for domestic violence. I was getting a lot of domestic violence calls. That's something we also don't recognize in our city. He got a domestic violence problem for real. Major. Me sick, because sometimes I can't even handle it. I be wanting to knock yo out. So I was on the call, and he was, I'm it's already domestic violence. So I'm already like, yo,
Right.
No, you got you that. and I hold my composure. I ain't say nothing, but he was like, man, you a snitch with them and this and that and third, and and what you want to be an officer, and really, I ain't gonna lie to you, that really kind of made me really see the police officer really on a human level. Like, yo,
kind of understand what they deal with.
They gotta deal with this every day.
Yeah.
And then they gotta go home to their family. And a lot of times people ain't talking about mental health is huge. So we facing a big mental health problem. Not only are people within Baltimore facing a lot of mental health, we're facing mental health. That's something we need to address. We constantly hearing about death. We became so numb to death. Somebody died, we like, okay. Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, yeah, make a shirt. And people not recognizing that police officers are also facing a lot of mental. The department, I don't think really fully really recognize that these officers are really going through mental health. You telling me I have to go on a beat and I have to investigate someone who just got raped? Or I gotta go to a crime where someone just got a child just got raped, or a child just got killed. When you really look at that, you like, yo, that breaks you down as a man and as a woman, no matter what your background is. And I think it needs to be some type of positive stimulus within that, because when you constantly seeing negative, you're constantly going to the beat, negative things, you're gonna look at everybody in that community as a negative piece of the pie. Definitely. So we gotta put in something. I'm pushing it, brother. I ain't gonna make it seem like it's easy, but I'm pushing it because I really want to see something. I'm really pushing it not only for our community but also for the officers. They want to see something different, and it's time we show them something different. It is, because it's people not talking about is a high suicide rate when it comes to officers. So it's certain things we gotta address,
and that's where branding comes in,
and that's when yeah.
So I mean, we got elections coming up in the city soon. How closely do you plan on working with the new regime that's going to be in City Hall? What do you expect from them? What do you hope they can do?
Okay. I think we got some a lot of fresh people. I think fresh is always good. Man, we still don't know yet. We got some good candidates, But I think really so my background really, I used to be part of the Mayor's Youth Commission. Also been doing this activism work since I was like 16. I'm now 23. So I really know everybody that ran and won mostly. And I have strong relationships with them. And what I will say is they showed that they wanted. And I really believe that we as a city deserve to give them a chance. And I don't know, man. I'm feeling good about this one. I'm feeling a little bit better than I did about the previous people. So I think we hit it in the right direction. And I think when you talking about fresh new people, you always come in with fire. You always come in with something new, right. And that's what we need. We need right now. We crying for something new. But what I'm really worried about, because I'm all about economics, I'm really worrying about the way our people are getting displaced within the community. People need to wake up. Baltimore is becoming the new DC. This place, I'm seeing people who's on Section 8 get moved out to different areas like Columbia and stuff like Baltimore County and everything like that. And I'm just saying the change happened, and I'm hoping, because Baltimore got flavor to it. And I just hope, flavor. Yeah, we got that Baltimore flavor. That flavor ready, all right. Yeah, man. Baltimore got flavor to it, man. And last thing I want to do is last thing I want us to do, man, is lose that flavor. Yeah. Lose that flavor, man. So
I appreciate what you go ahead, Jay.
So you kind of, I mean, we kind of went a little bit forward, but and you said you started in where you were 16. So I see that you was part of you started your own group called Cool People.
Yeah. So when I was 16, my cousin got shot and killed. And I was like, yo, cool is no longer being in gangs. You know, that was when Lil Wayne was popping and everybody wanted to be a blood, everybody wanted to be a Crip. And people don't know, man. A lot of people lost their life, all that stuff, man. But yeah, so I wanted to change that. So I started mentoring at homeless shelters, family shelters, talking to grown men. And I got Youth of the Year for Baltimore for the work I was doing at a young age. The mayor reached out to me and made me part of the youth commission. I was just doing the thing, and I was never the person with grades, I'll tell you. But all my work got me into College Park. I remember. I was like, I ain't got the GPA. I was like, yo, I could do this, Y, Z. I was like, and I remember just calling the recruiter every day, like, look. It was to a point where he was picking up on how you doing, Lamontre. I'm like, dang, you got to call my name. So that's how I got into University of Maryland. But I would say this, man. This ties in with the police thing. I was in University of Maryland, man. I just was what can I say? I was fighting for everybody. And they just loved this black guy, you know, on campus. I was the token black. You know what I'm saying? I felt.
Lamontre is cool.
Yeah, Lamontre is cool. Yeah, right, Lamontre. Oh yeah, I was Asian American Studies minor, bro. I was, you know, going to Japan, everything. And the event hit me. I remember walking, and all I hear is guns. Put your hands up. Don't move. This happened on campus last year, and I had 2 phones in my pocket because my birthday is January 14th. This happened January 20th. I was handling stuff for graduation on campus. And they say, why are you here? So I say, I'm handling my graduation stuff. I give them my my school ID. They say, this ain't good enough. So I give them my driver's license. They still said, this ain't good enough. And they said, all right, we about to go in your pockets. Go in my pockets. They say 2 phones. See, I got 2 phones. Why you got 2 phones? Unlock this phone if this your phone. And I was about to unlock it. And they was like, no, don't want you to unlock it. Don't want you to touch it. They then said, all right, put your hands over your head and walk forward. I walk forward and I hear from the walkie-talkie, suspect confirmed. That's when they went to handcuff me. And I remember, man, being in that cell and asking, can I use the restroom? Go to use the restroom, brother. Brown residue coming out the sink. The pipes wasn't even right in that joint. Then I remember the investigator, man, he asked me, because I told him I didn't do nothing. He said, why would someone accuse you of this if you ain't do it? And right. And I wanted to say that. I wanted to say what you wanted to say, but I said, I don't know. And I think back, man, I'm like, yo, I would have lost my life if I ain't stayed calm that whole entire thing. Because nobody knew where I was at or nothing. And it was embarrassing because your professor's seeing this, the student body seeing this, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it really messes up your, it could have messed up my reputation if I, you know what I'm saying? And so make a long story short, they look into it, and luckily a black detective was there. He said, yo, something don't sound right. He looked into it, kind of found out I ain't commit armed robbery at all. I just walked past the white woman, and she felt threatened. She called on the tape and said, this guy with a green hoodie and sweatpants, he looked like he don't belong here, with crooked eye. Number one, I don't got a crooked eye. I'm about to knock out, girl. I don't got no crooked eye.
And this is on the campus.
This is on the campus.
Walking while black.
Walking while black. Mm-hmm. And I remember, it always stuck to me, man. He looked like he don't belong here. Mm-hmm. You know, and it always stuck to me, man. So they ended up pressing charges on her. But She ended up getting off free.
Of course.
Her parents is one of her parents is, I believe, investigator, detective. So it's all about who you know sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, you use it to your advantage. So.
yeah. And I guess with that, it really God was really checking me, because I think I really was on the path of being the guy who went out of the hood and never came back. And I think God wanted to really show me, like, we need you here in Baltimore. And I remember right before, while I was in Japan, I went to Japan that March, after March, and I told him, I said, it's an uprising about to happen. I could just feel Baltimore. I remember catching the bus, and I just was like, it's so much tension going on. And it happened.
Well, we definitely commend you for the work that you're putting in, man. And you're just on the grassroots of it. So we know it's a lot of work to do, man. So I'm gonna just encourage you to just keep pushing. That's the best thing that you can do, man. And don't lose contact with the young people.
No, man.
Because they need us. They need us there bad, man. So I definitely appreciate it. Let everybody know how they can keep in contact with you.
Yeah, so you keep contact with me. Lamontre. First off, this is how you spell my name.
Yeah.
Right. This is how you spell my name. Lamont with an R-E. All right.
Exactly.
Lamontre, LAMONTRE_Randall, RANDALL at yahoo.com is how you can reach me. My phone number, I'm gonna give it to you. 443-497-0894. Also, I'm gonna be on the Steve Harvey show, I believe next week. I think they're gonna be airing the show. You know how they edit some stuff out. So we also gonna have a live, not live. He also did a webinar for me that he gonna promote.
Okay.
So yeah, so we doing some great things in the city, y'all. Keep up. Follow me on Facebook, Lamontre Randall. Stay in touch.
Appreciate you, man.
Already, Ken.
Definitely appreciate you, and like I said, just keep pushing, man. It's a
Ken.
lot of work to do, man, but it's something that's definitely needed, especially with the advisory board, man. So I definitely commend you for that.
Appreciate it, bro.
Give it up for Lamontre Randall, y'all. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, I've been waiting a week to hear this juice. We're gonna be back with Jim with the Juice. This is Baltimore Flava Radio.